Hello and good afternoon. How is everyone doing? Welcome to Heart to Heart with Saima. We have 17 seconds to go before we go live on the radio. Hope everyone is doing well and hope you are all doing awesome. Hello, hello. Hello, Dallas. How is everyone doing today? Welcome to Heart with Simon. I come to you every Thursday and from 1 to 2. So I'm going to be here entertaining and informing you and spending time with you for the next hour. The number to the studio is 214-817-3333. And if you would like to get in touch with me and you have any real estate questions, please do text me at 972-244-3106, 972-244-3106. You are able to go onto my website, which is saimadillon.com, and that's SAIMADHILLON.com. You can email me at vip@saimadillon.com. तो आप लोग कैसे हैं? How are things going at your end of the world? And because you are able to tune in and listen to the radio show from anywhere in the world by going on to jointhecaravan.com. And so we do have people who listen from anywhere, from everywhere and anywhere. And if you would like to watch me live, I am live on social media under Saima Malik on YouTube. आप मुझे ढूंढ सकते हैं. You will need to search for me under live if you're on YouTube. I am live for the next 21 minutes on Instagram as well. And I am live on LinkedIn and Facebook as well. Um, कुछ serious चीजें and कुछ a bit frivolous stuff as well. We do a bit of everything. So we are going to start by talking about what's happening in the world of real estate. And from real estate at 135, after the break, we are going to transition into and talk about, if you're looking to go on this perfect date, hygiene and grooming, what all men need to do. And in fact, even women, if you, and this date could be with your spouse, this date could be with you just venturing off into the world of dating, and the things that you should do, uh, how to groom yourself, what you need to do according to the GQ magazine, the things you should take care of before you go out and meet someone, because these things do matter. So coming back, kuch fun, kuch serious stuff. When it comes to real estate, this is Saima Dillon. I have been a real estate agent in the Dallas-Fort Worth area for the past 18 years. I'm a graduate with an undergrad in finance from the University of Texas at Arlington, and been here for a very long time. पढ़ाई कॉलेज जहाँ पे किया, यहाँ पर अलग अलग शहरों में रह चुके हैं, वो चाहे फोर्ट वर्थ हो, चाहे यूलस हो, चाहे रिचर्डसन हो, मर्फी हो, and I'm in Frisco. So, have lived in different places, know the Metroplex very well. I have been doing residential as well as commercial real estate. And agar aapko kisi cheez ke andar, if I'm able to help you with anything, with any of your residential, commercial, with your multifamily needs. If you are an investor, I work with investors, and investors, they pool in their resources, they pool in the money, and they invest in a hotel or a multifamily, an apartment complex. And so different opportunities are out there. we have entered what I feel is a window of opportunity. And, there are a lot of deals out there. And if you are looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate, let's chat, let's have a talk. Give me a call, text me at 972-244-3106. Let me know what you're looking to do. We can hop on a call and we can talk a whole lot. So, the news, the finance news, as of the finance news today. So basically, after 2 days of grilling before Congress, investors have been reminded again that the head of the Fed still sees inflation as a persistent threat. So stocks and bonds took notice Wednesday as both sold off amid surging short term rates, leaving the major indices underwater for the week as of the close. So, if the totality of the data were to indicate that faster tightening is warranted, we would be prepared to increase the pace of rate hikes, said Powell before the Senate. So, basically, what this is an indication of is that the Fed still feels that the way the market is going, the way spending is going, job market, of course, we are seeing a lot of stability in the job market, but based on what we are seeing, we are expecting interest rate to increase. Basically, in layman's term, हम expect कर रहे हैं कि based on जो Fed ने अभी announce किया है, basically what Powell said, based on that, we are expecting interest rates to increase again. But I also feel that real estate is something, especially even though the interest rates are increasing, which means that anyone who is buying is going to end up refinancing whatever they buy. There is this window of opportunity, especially when it comes to residential real estate, where there are deals which are being offered, incentives being offered by builders particularly. तो अगर आप मार्केट के अंदर हैं, you are looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate, please do reach out. If I can answer any questions for you, I do work with commercial investors, and in commercial, I do see that वो commercial real estate की जो दुनिया है, the world of commercial real estate is just a completely different world. In this world of commercial real estate, what we see is, irrespective of what happens to the interest rate, buyers, sellers are out there, they are selling, they are buying, deals are happening, especially this is what we see in the world of commercial real estate. Um, so agar aap, there are different kind of investors that we see. We see there are smaller investors and they look to buy single family homes. I'm a strong, I encourage people that if you are interested in investing in real estate, it is so important to just get started. We see people who are out there who keep thinking that this is that they want to do, but they are never able to just take that first step, and they keep thinking and thinking. And I personally am such a believer that no matter what, every individual should be an investor. Every individual, if as an investor, if you have 20% to put down, then you put the 20% down and you invest as an investor. Put a tenant in the property. It takes time to break even and to get into positive cash flow, but once you do that, आपका जो asset है, it keeps paying itself off. So it is so important, even with your children. There's nothing like hands on experience, even with your children. Encourage your children, help your children to become real estate investors while they're in college, while they are studying. Buy an asset for them. Housing where they can stay in one room and they can rent out the other rooms, and they're able to help that is able to offset their their expense and their rental जो उनको जो उनको pocket से देना पड़ रहा है. So there are all these scenarios, right? You do it for your children. You help them learn. You help them get into investment as young as possible. Um, बिकॉज आई मीन हम लोग इतनी मेहनत करते हैं तो हमारी मेहनत के पीछे दैट्स व्हाट वी आर वांटिंग राइट वी आर वांटिंग to see our kids transition and have smooth lives. And this is one thing, getting into real estate, becoming an investor, building assets, building properties. I think everyone needs to have at least five properties that over the span of 15 years they get paid off, and then you're able to earn passive income. um, you're supposed to work to live, not live to work. And in order to do that, you're only able to do that if you have passive income coming in from somewhere where you don't have to work to pay your bills, to make your ends meet, right? And you work because you choose to work, and you work because you desire to work, and you have a passion for what you're doing. So there are all these different scenarios. There are all different kind of investors. Investors जो multifamily में invest करते हैं. Multifamily is basically multiple units, which we do have options available. If you're interested, do reach out to me. My email is vip@saimadillon.com. You are able to text me as well. And if you text me, let me know your purpose. And you're able to text me at 972-244-3106. You can text me and we can set up a time for us to have a conversation and see what your goals are and help you attain your goals. So, with 2 weeks to go until the next Fed meeting, markets are now expecting exactly what Powell said. Right? It's expecting for interest rates to go up, and and that's what is going to happen. Interest rates are going to go up. If you are in the market, you are looking to buy, sell, or invest. I have been literally preaching this, that there is this window of opportunity. Prices have, so even within Dallas Fort Worth, different pockets, different cities have had different increase, and based on different increase, the amount of increase that has happened in the different cities, prices have gone down right now. So there is an opportunity for you to buy right now and hold on to the property, and then you sell, and then you refinance probably later on this year. So that's what investors do. Investors look for this dip. So the dip that we are going through and that we are expecting, this dip is something that um, investors feel is something that comes once in a decade or even longer. So the rates, the prices of homes, the drop that we are seeing in the market. Of course, there was a tremendous increase in the past couple of years, right? Not even 2 years, a year and a half. There was a tremendous increase in prices. So in Dallas Fort Worth, there's no shortage of buyers right now. The job market is doing really well. A lot of headquarters have moved to the Dallas area, and the job market is doing very well. So there are so many people who are sitting there in the market. We are literally getting into multiple offers. We're getting into multiple offers. It is a market where the cash is king right now. So, what we are seeing throughout the US, we are seeing that a lot of the buyers who are buying, whether it's New York or it's Dallas or anywhere in the US, um, a big percentage of buyers who are buying right now are the people who do have cash, and who they are paying cash, they are picking up properties, and they are building their real estate investment portfolio. So this is an opportunity. This is the time to buy. If you are looking to sell your property, reach out to me, and we can discuss and we can list your property, because this is a window of opportunity. Rents have gone up a lot. People are buying and they are renting out. Rents have gone up almost 20 to 25% in the past couple of years. Yes, the offset is that affordability has become difficult, but here's what the deal is, right? That there are so many people who are sitting in the market, and they are just watching the market. They are waiting on inventory. There's a shortage of inventory. Houses are going under multiple offers. So this is still this is that window of opportunity for real estate investors. If you're wanting to invest, this is the time for you to invest in real estate. So we are expecting the Fed to lift its benchmark rate 50 basis points instead of 25 basis points. So we are expecting that to happen in the next few weeks. Interest rates will go up. Federal Reserve does feel that recession is it hasn't come in, but it's on the border. It's on the brink of we are on the brink of recession. It will probably come in. They are working on trying to curb it. So having said that, that brings us to the world of real estate. uh, there's this opportunity right now, and if you are looking to buy, sell, or invest, do email me at vip@simadillon.com, and we are able to talk and we are able to discuss your goals and see where to take you from here. I always say that millennials, even, well, not really Gen Z right now, but millennials in their 20s, they are probably amongst my, you know, my most favorite age bracket of clientels, because they are keen to learn. They are very realistic. They are practical. Their expectations are very realistic. There's just such a cool bunch of people to work with. And I'm working with millennials who are in their 20s, and their parents are helping them with the down payment, and they are investing in real estate, and they are just becoming they are property owners, where they do have tenants in the property. They are working on getting tenants in the property, and the goal is that over a span, or they will be able to get their property paid off by the time they are in their 40s, and they will be generating passive income. And that is basically the reason that you should have 3 to 5 properties, so that you are able to, in the next 15 years, you are able to earn 10 to 15 grand in passive income. It will give you freedom. It gives you freedom, the ability to be able to do as you will. It gives you the freedom to be able to work and do what you're passionate about. It gives you freedom to be able to set your own hours, which, mind you, as an entrepreneur, even for myself being an entrepreneur, हम weekends में भी काम कर रहे होते हैं, weekdays में भी कर रहे होते हैं. Wherever the need arises, we do work. But having said that, you know, we do have the flexibility of setting our own schedule. And beach mein, if you have to pick up kids, take kids somewhere, do run errands, because I think this is International Women's Week right now. And I was just thinking about how, women, especially in this country, how amazing women are. And this is not to say there are a lot of single fathers too, but I'm not, this is International Women's Week, so the focus will stay on women and women empowerment. But the ability to be able, you're working, you're going to school, you're taking care of kids, you're taking care of your families. I mean, it's a lot on the plate. And I think women are just brilliant for their ability to be able to just multitask, to be able to give a portion of themselves to all these different facets of their life, right? um, So I think hats off to women for their ability to be able to do all that they do, especially living in the US, where there's just so much more responsibility on women and they just achieve so much more. So with that, coming back to real estate, real estate is something, it does build you wealth as you sleep, because when you become a landlord as an investor, when you invest in real estate, you are able to build a portfolio, you're able to build up passive residual income, which grows by itself. The property pays off by itself. My investors who invested a few years ago, they are just, of course, extremely happy by their investment decisions, because the you just never know, right, what's going to happen in the market. But I will tell you this, having been in real estate for 18 years, I will tell you that I don't see people in the long run that they haven't done well for themselves. Now, if you don't have the money, then real estate investment is not for you. Or there are different ways to do it, but that's a topic for another day, or that's a completely different ball game. You get into real estate using hard money, get into rundown properties, and you work on fixing them and then flipping them. So that's a completely different subject. But if you don't have the extra money, then real estate investment is not for you, because if nothing else, you should be sitting on at least 6 months worth of payments just to be able to take care of any contingencies that might come up, so you're prepared. And if you don't have that, then it's not worth it to put yourself through all that stress that comes when, like I said, unless you're looking at real estate investment and you're using money, which is borrowed from hard money lenders. So that's something which is completely different. So you're listening to me. This is Saima Dillon. I come to you every Thursday on Radio Caravan. Jointhecaravan.com pe aap jaake you're able to listen to me from anywhere in the world. You're able to listen to any of the shows from anywhere in the world. And you're able to tune in on YouTube or Facebook or Instagram. You're able to tune in and you're able to listen to me live, because I do live stream. I'm streaming live right now. I am streaming live on Instagram. I will be disconnecting that segment of the show in another 3 minutes. And then we continue on the heart to heart segment of the show. And on heart to heart, we are going to talk about something, like I said when I started the show, why just always be serious all the time, right? So let's do something which is a bit frivolous, which is funky. Let's talk about, you know, uh, things that, according to the GQ magazine, things that men should look out for if you are wanting to get into the world of dating. Not just get into the world of dating, but if you're taking your spouse or even your girlfriend, or even you're going out with a friend, or you're going out with friends, these things that you should look out for, these things which matter, and these things which are important, and which have to do with personal grooming, and it has to do with hygiene, and it has to do with how you present yourself, and how your own aura that you carry. Everyone has their own individual aura that they carry with themselves, right? So I think it's just so important. You're out there, I see all different kinds of people, and I thought, why not talk about shared the tips from the GQ magazine that I came across. I thought that would be fun. And the number to the studio is 214-817-3333, 214-817-3333. And in the next section, when we're going to be talking about this, अगर आपकी कोई राय है, आपकी suggestion है, what are your thoughts? I remember, when I was going to college, at उस टाइम के ऊपर न्यूज़पेपर के अंदर दे यूज्ड टू बी दिस डॉक्टर रूथ जो होती थी, एंड लोग उनको अपनी क्वेश्चंस लिख के भेजते थे डॉक्टर रूथ को, एंड डॉक्टर रूथ उनके जवाब देती थी, ओवर जो भी क्वेश्चन, जो भी प्रॉब्लम्स, जो भी चीजें लोग अपनी लिख के भेजते थे, एंड वो न्यूज़पेपर में आती थी, सो इट यूज्ड टू बी पब्लिश्ड इन दैट in the newspaper. And I remember UTA newspaper also would publish about Dr. Ruth's suggestions and advice. So, anyway, so the next segment is going to be kind of on that. So, I will see you after the break. You're listening to Saima Dillon on Radio Caravan 104.1 FM. All right, so we are, thank you all for being here. So we are going to go ahead and Instagram. Thank you for joining, and thank you for watching. And going to go ahead and disconnect from Instagram. And if you still want to join us for Heart to Heart, and you want to get the dating tips as to when it comes to hygiene or grooming or tips, then join me on Facebook. I'm under Saima Malik Dillon or Saima Dillon. Join me there. Have an awesome day, and thank you for tuning in. All right, so let's see. We have 3 minutes, and 3 minutes के अंदर 3 minutes के अंदर we are going to go live, and we're going to have some fun today. So people who are watching, आपकी क्या advice है? What suggestions do you have? What tips do you have? And it is interesting because I feel I feel that you know I feel this is necessary, and everyone should be aware of certain things which I think just are necessary. Um, I know that this is being directed towards men, and what men should do. If, like I said, a date could be with your spouse, but things which I think mindfulness of your own being is just so necessary. It's so important. Looking after yourself, and I think, okay, we have a call coming in. Let's see. Radio Caravan, this is Saima. जी. अच्छा, मैं कोशिश करूँगी, यूजुअली मेरे शो में इतनी गाने की जगह नहीं होती है, बट मैं कोशिश करके आपके लिए ज़रूर प्ले करती हूँ। मेरा 2 बजे खत्म हो जाएगा, 30 more minutes. You as well, sir, I will. Thank you. Okay, so we have a request, and थोड़ा सा रिक्वेस्ट गानों का प्ले करना ज़रा मुश्किल हो जाता है, but let's see. Welcome back. You're listening to Radio Caravan. Join the caravan.com. This is 104.1 FM, 700 AM. पे भी आप मुझे सुन सकते हैं. तो usually मैं ज़्यादा request गानों की play नहीं करती because we are more geared towards a talk show. Uh, but I did have a caller and he requested this song, so I am going to oblige and I'm going to play this song for the caller. This is Akhiyon ke Jharoko se. तो मैं ये प्ले करती हूँ, and then we're going to come back, and actually before we go into, we're going to introduce our subject, we're going to talk about it, and before we go into the song, which is grooming is the secret of real elegance. The best clothes, the most wonderful jewels, the most glamorous beauty don't count without good grooming. So, grooming is just so important, it's just so much more important than even doing makeup, using, hair gloss with color in it. The little things make such a big difference, right? How you smell, how you come across. I think it's all connected to your self confidence and how you come across to people. I think it is so imperative to be mindful of your hygiene and your grooming. But we will come back and talk about this a bit more after this song. So here you go, sir. I hope you enjoy this. This is for you. All right. So, आपका क्या ख्याल है? I would love feedback. Let's see who's joining us. He is Zara. Uh, so, Hey, Fahad, how are you? Nigat, guessing hai aap. Hey, Shabnam, how are you doing? Hussein, Hasnan. Soraya, how are you? So, what are your thoughts on this? Because it's International Women's Week, हमारा जो focus है, it is on women. Um, what do you feel about this? What do you feel? I feel it's very important to discuss this because um, I think we will talk about this when we go back on the radio. Let's just say hello to hey Russ, how are you? Hey Sohail, thank you so much. बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you so much, Russ. Uh, Impact. What a strong word impact is, right? Such a powerful word. Impact, right? The impact everyone has on each other, and the impact, the ability that we have on other people. Um, it makes such a big difference. Um, I don't think it has to do with the color of the hair, but it's the small things which they say that good things happen to those who groom. So we are going to talk about grooming in just a bit. कितना, जैसे ही ये गाना ख़त्म होता है, which I will end a bit early because ज़रा पुराना गाना है. So so I was supposed to stop it, बट मैं खुद सुनना शुरू कर दिया. उसके वर्डिंग्स इतने, लिरिक्स इतने ब्यूटीफुल हैं. ये गाना है अखियों के झरोके से, झरोकों से. सच ब्यूटीफुल लिरिक्स. सो सर, आपकी रिक्वेस्ट पूरी की. आई होप आपने ये एंजॉय किया. You're listening to Saima Dillon on Radio Caravan. jointhecaravan.com पे आप जाके हमें सुन सकते हैं. 104.1 FM, 700 AM पे आप सुन सकते हैं. अगर आप मुझे लाइव देखना चाहते हो, you're wanting to watch the show happen live, you can go and follow me on social media. You can follow me. I'm under Saima Malik Dillon on Facebook, or my business page, Saima Dillon. I'm streaming live on multiple places, including LinkedIn and YouTube. And the first half of the show is also on Instagram. So please do follow me. Follow me. I do post stuff. I stream my radio show live every week. So now coming back into our topic of the day. So here's a quotation. It says, "You are your greatest asset. Put your time, effort, and money into training, grooming, and encouraging your greatest asset." And that is so true, right? Because अगर हम अपने अंदर pride नहीं लेंगे, if we don't take pride in ourselves, I think this is perhaps a cultural thing. ये cultural चीज़ है. तो this friend of mine, मेरी उससे बात हो रही थी. तो my friend says कि हमारे business के अंदर, of course, we work with a lot of people, we meet a lot of people. And my friend was like, I don't understand कि um, you know एक हाइजीन का इशू इतना ज़्यादा हमें क्यों हमारी कम्युनिटी में नज़र आता है. एंड आई विल ट्राई टू बी एज gentle with my words as I possibly can. तो मैं right अल्फाज ढूंढ रही हूँ. But she was like, so certain things, we're not even talking about clothes, right? But I feel कि clothes के अंदर भी uh, uh, they don't even have to be expensive clothes, right? They can just be clothes from Walmart or Target, or um, uh, but yes, clean clothes. But even before we get into that, I am going to talk about one of the first things that, as a woman, जो चीज हमें hit करती है, that thing is smell. Smell matters significantly. It matters when we have a conversation with someone. It matters when someone is in close enough proximity. It really has a huge impact. Smell coming from the mouth, smell coming from uh, smell coming from uh, body body odor, a smell coming from wearing the same clothes over and over again. You might be taking a bath regularly, but you might not be washing your clothes, which make a huge difference. So when you are taking your spouse out on a date, when you are, if you're single and you are going out on a date yourself, perhaps you had been married for many years and now you're single and you are getting into the world of dating where you are wanting to meet women, and you're wanting, and this is unknown space, you haven't been in this space for a very long time, this is a new world to you. So you are very unsure, you're unsure of yourself. So I understand that's not easy place to be in. But I will tell you this, that one thing that makes a huge difference, if you are someone who is single and you are wanting to go out there and you're wanting to meet women and you're wanting to take women out or get to know women, what can really help you is your sense of clothing. What really helps is how you smell, how your mouth smells. Even at a distance, unfortunately, these things matter. And odor matters because it can be smelled from a distance. Clothing, the smell in your clothing. Now, you might have taken, you might have showered, you might have put cologne on, and then you might have thought, oh, you know what, I'm ready, I have time, my kids have come home from school, let me warm up food for them, and the smell of cooking will transmit itself into your clothing. तो ये सब चीजें कहने को तो लोग कहें कि ओह यू नो व्हाट लाइक मी फॉर हु आई एम, आई दिस इज हाउ आई एम, मैं ऐसा ही हूँ. But it doesn't work that way. You know what, when you are there and you, and I feel that this is not even something a person should do to attract someone else, but this is something you should do for yourself. For yourself you should do these things. So going into, let's see, so going into GQ's tips for GQ's tips for dating. So GQ's tips for grooming before you make a move, before you go out on a date. How not to ruin a date before it's even begun. If you're meeting another human being, then it could be a date, you're just meeting someone, it doesn't even have to be a date, or it could be a date with your wife, you are taking your wife out. You should want to look good. You shouldn't just get up and go, you should want to look good, and you should want to do it for yourself. घर पे बैठे हुए आदत हो जाती है, नेटफ्लिक्स देख रहे हैं, घर पे ही बैठ के खा रहे हैं, ये चीज़ें रिलेशनशिप को बिल्ड करने के लिए ये चीज़ें बहुत ज़रूरी होती हैं. These things are extremely essential to keep a relationship alive. um, Ashok Bhattacharya, a friend of mine, जिनके साथ he came on my podcast and we did a podcast together first Tuesday of every month, and he's a psychiatrist and he runs an empathy clinic in Toronto, Canada, and he would come and say that, you know what, I've been married, I don't remember how long it was, but 35 or 40 years, and he said that, every single day of my marriage, I choose to I choose that I am going to be with my wife. I want to be with my wife. And in order to be with my wife, I'm going to put the effort in to groom myself, to look my best, to behave the best way for my wife, because relationships are not meant to last a lifetime. And if you are in a marriage, you need to have that desire on a daily basis to go the extra mile, to do extra things to make your relationship work, for there to be excitement and passion, and for there to be, something to look forward to in your relationship. So it is just very important that, if you are wanting to go out, then better put your best self forward. So shampoo your hair before your date. This is not an option. You should smell fresh. You should smell good. You should smell like, what, you put in the effort to go out on that date. So this is not optional. And don't forget the shampoo, because your hair should smell great. If someone passes you, they should turn and they should be like, whoa, that person just smell. It goes into our nostrils. As a realtor in real estate, I will tell you that, sometimes when we are preparing houses to do an open house in with our listing, जो घर हम बेचने के लिए ready कर रहे होते हैं, there are times open house के time के ऊपर we will go and put cookies in the oven. We would put cookies in the oven so that ghar would smell like, oh, freshly baked cookies. And when someone walks in there, home buying is just such a feeling, such an emotion, that you feel, what, I feel at home because of how the house smells. So a smell, how you smell makes such a big difference. Shampoo your hair so that your hair smells good. A shower. Don't just, you've come back tired, you don't have time. Don't just go out. Shower, smell good, take care of yourself. So you feel that, hey, you know what? Oomph, I have never looked better. It puts that, आपकी स्ट्राइट के अंदर वो एक, एक लचक आ जाए, and you're like, feel so good about yourself, right? Get your skin in gear. Most men do not believe in skincare. Most men do not take care of their skin. But your skin could be the first thing that your date notices about you when you meet. So you need to make sure that your skin glows. Maybe just get some products and do your own facial so that your skin is glowing. There are scrubs available that you can use on your face, just so that it doesn't look like life has hit you. Life hits all of us hard, but we don't have to show it, right? It doesn't need to be showcased all the time. If you need to get rid of acne, if you need to go for a facial, if you need to just put some moisturizer on just so that your skin is shiny, do that. Go for a trim, sit down for a trim. A lot of people say, no, you should never get a haircut on the day of your date. But you know what? Get it ahead of time. And it's better to have a haircut and look groomed and looked that you take care of yourself, versus it looks like you just got up from work and you just showed up. You can go to the barber shop, take care of yourself. You can go to the barber shop and splurge on yourself. That makes a huge difference. If you have a beard, take care of your beard, trim it. No matter how big or small, trim your beard. Pay attention to yourself and how you look in the mirror, because this is just so important. It makes a huge difference, especially if you have a beard. You need to make sure of how you are smelling, because I already started with this and I spoke about it. How you smell makes a huge difference. your nose hair, your brow hair, your ears, your back. I feel that all this is just so important. If you have a lot of hair which is coming out from under your shirt, and it's just you're a very hairy person, you might even want to get a trimmer and just trim the hair. It should not show from your ears, it should not show from your nose. You should look like you take care of yourself, because you treat others the way you treat yourself. And if you treat yourself well, it means you're going to treat the people in your life well. And that right there is necessary for that date to see this. So it's important to take care of yourself. Your nails, file them, cut them, trim them, do whatever you need to so your hands look clean. Get some scrubs and scrub your hands, and exfoliate your hands. Yes, you have a right to be who you are, but grooming is and hygiene is extremely important in life. Um, Deodorant, making sure that your clothes are clean, that you wash them, you press them before you wore them. It's because clothes can their smell carries. So you don't want to go out on a date, or you don't want to even go out with your wife, even go out with your family if you are not looking groomed. So you need to freshen up. When you meet someone, what do? Do you shake hands? Do you hug someone? Do you give one of those awkward cheek kisses? If your date's whiffing a less than ideal odor coming from your mouth during your meeting, then it's just a very hard thing to bounce back to. So use everything in your arsenal to make sure that there's no smell from the mouth, there's no smell from the clothes, that you do have some cologne on. It doesn't need to be overbearing, but you do need to make sure that you take care of yourself, because first impressions do matter. First impression makes a huge difference. When you go out and you do meet someone, that first impression, if you meet someone and the first thing that hits you, even if you're going out with your wife, when she's walking with you, when she's with you, it's not about the looks, it's about your presentation. It doesn't have to be expensive clothes, but it matters that you have put thought and caring and effort into just pressing your clothes or wearing your clothes, and putting on your cologne, and trimming your hair or your beard, haircut. It shows effort, because whatever it is that you're going to put in yourself is what you are going to put into your relationship. So that right there is a big indicator. I think a lot of people if you end up getting you've spent many years with your spouse, and kisi bhi wajah se, if you're not in that relationship anymore, um, and it's a chance for you to restart your life again, I think it's just extremely important to restart that life on different terms, to bring change, because it's Einstein's theory of insanity to keep doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. If you do the same thing, you're going to expect the same result. So, in order to do something different, and if you're wanting something different from your life, you need to bring change. And relationships are not easy, relationships are so hard. मगर उन relationships को बना के रखना, उनको maintain रखना, requires so much from you. It requires effort on a daily basis. It requires for you to have the desire within you to want to be with this person. So you do it for yourself. Hygiene. We go to our temples or masjids or wherever we go, and we are there, and there are different people over there, and when you're in that gathering, you instantly are able to smell other people. It makes a huge difference. It makes a huge difference. It's not how expensive your clothes are. It just needs to make sure that you care about your personal grooming, your hygiene, your personal well-being. It matters. At the end of the day, the way you treat yourself is how you will treat others. So make sure you treat yourself well. Everything begins with you. जो आपकी thoughts हैं, जो आपकी सोच है, it becomes your destiny. अच्छी सोच रखें, अच्छा सोचें ताकि good comes your way. You're listening to Heart with Saima. I come to you every Thursday, and follow me on social media, Saima Dillon. All right. Well, thank you, everyone. Whoever joined. Um, Thank you all for being here, for being a part of my journey. And I come to you every Thursday, 1 से 2 बजे तक. And I will see you next week. Take care. All right. Thank you all for being here.